Well, ladies and gents, this is actually really, really bad for The Flash. This isn't me just, going balls to the wall trying to hate. Because, yeah, I'm really surprised. This is the Hollywood Reporter. Early tracking, now they could be wrong, FYI. But maybe this is, sort of the sign of the larger things at play here, which is superhero fatigue or bad movie fatigue or people just disenfranchised with DC. I don't know what it is. Because for all intents and purposes, it looked like The Flash was going to do really well. But the early tracking is showing The Flash opening to a soft $70 million at the domestic box office. Now, just to put it into perspective, that's like Black Adam level. That's real bad. In fact, it's 50% lower than what they were expecting, which is like $150 odd million. So that's really, really bad. Really bad. And then Pixar, Disney, Elemental, is looking to only open to $40 million. Now, I don't know whether this is the box office trackers lowering expectations so when the movie gets released they can go, oh, it beat expectations, which they do that. But sometimes that can work in the negative against the film because people can go, that sounds like shit, then I'm not going to watch it. So, make no mistake, I'm genuinely surprised to see this. I am genuinely surprised. Because out of all the movies, it looked like The Flash was going to be, the movie to go and see. People are, generally speaking, by and large, really excited about it. I think most people can agree with that. The response seems to be, it's not tepid by any stretch. People seem to really like the look of The Flash. My thoughts completely outside of it, you guys know my thoughts on Ezra Miller, but from everything I know about the movie, it's said to be good, and he's supposed to be good in it. And most people have really responded to the trailer, so I was 100% surprised to see this. So let's take a look, because again, surprised is an understatement. So both DC's highly anticipated superhero pick, The Flash, and Pixar's Elemental have their work cut out for them, opening in North American theatres on June 16th. Now they're opening, I guess, together, which that's bad anyway, because they're both kids' movies, basically. And I know people will argue that The Flash isn't, but I mean it is. It's children as well. It's children as well as adults. But The Flash, starring Ezra Miller in the titular role, is pacing to open in the $70 million range, according to sources who have access to tracking data. So box office insiders say that's a soft number for a movie that's been heavily promoted by Warner Brothers Discovery as the best superhero movie of all time. They've even roped in Tom Cruise rumours. He saw the movie and he loved it, even though he's not come out and said anything. Now they say this, others note that a movie's hold once it opens is more important than the opening weekend gross. And it is and it isn't, because the problem is with a lot of these superhero movies are that they're front loaded. So, some people go, well, the movie's hold is really important. Yeah, no. Marvel movies are front-loaded, generally speaking, and then they taper off. Massively. Now, if this movie's going to be anything like that, $70 million is a disaster of epic proportions. Now, in late April, The Flash was the toast of CinemaCon. It's the best superhero movie I've ever seen, David Zaslav told theatre owners before they were showing the film in full. And they're really pushing for it, they really are. So the pick opens after Ezra Miller basically went mental for a year. Was arrested multiple times, subject to controversies, culminating in the actor issuing a statement saying, I've got complex mental health issues. And this is a byproduct of, Warner Brothers just burying their head in the sand. They should have addressed it a bit sooner as well, I think. I am really surprised. Really surprised. So Warner Brothers has 3 weeks left, and they're really pushing the marketing on this. Every week there's a new trailer, a brand new trailer, and it's quite crazy. But again, just to put it into perspective, right? So there's a few weeks left to turn things around, but this is a debut in the same range as Black Adam, $65 million domestically. At the time, there were attempts to spin that as a win. Dwayne Johnson's passion project, blah, blah, blah. But The Flash has a massive budget. I mean, you're looking at $250, $300 million easily. Because I had loads of reshoots. So that's awful. Now, to be fair, Aquaman opened with $67 million and then obviously grossed over $1 billion. So that was over the holidays, not in the middle of summer. I wonder, I wonder whether this is them trying to lower expectations so they can say it smashed expectations. Again, which they do. Like, it's a really dumb move. Just very surprising. Because I don't think the general public really cares that much about Ezra Miller in terms of his problems and what he's been doing. General public don't even know who Ezra Miller is, by and large. But I think as well, as this one notes, also not helping matters is the fact that fans know this is a reboot, or a reboot is on the way. And I wonder if that's part of it, They're trying to sell the movie on Michael Keaton. And they're doing alright with that, but I wonder if a lot of this negativity and bad tracking data is because people know that a reboot's on the way and that Michael Keaton's not going to continue, Ezra Miller's not around, and they're rebooting it anyway. I think they really shot themselves in the foot with that. I mean, what was the last movie that came out that bombed? Shazam, wasn't it? And that really bombed. That did like $130 million worldwide or something like that. That's awful. Like, genuinely, that's utterly atrocious. And a lot of that is, again, because, one, it wasn't a very good movie, but two, because people were aware that after this, it was done anyway. And I do wonder if a certain element of that is to do with The Flash as well. But the thing about the other thing that surprised me is Pixar. Now, not massively surprised, because Disney's been going downhill anyway, but Pixar and Disney's Elementals tracking for even softer numbers, $40 million domestic. Pixar was once the name. The name. Now it's Illumination and Universal. So the studio only kicked off the film's marketing campaign in earnest in recent days, including an integration with American Idol. Elemental makes its world premiere this weekend at Cannes Film Festival. So if tracking stays as it is, Elemental will join The Good Dinosaur and Onward in being one of the few Pixar movies to open less than $50 million. I mean, that's bad. It's very surprising. So during the pandemic, some Pixar movies were sent straight to Disney+. So the storied animation has only released one title in theaters, Lightyear, and that bombed as well. That lost like $200+ million for Disney, something ridiculous like that. Absolutely insane. So, I mean, there's not much else to say really. This is going really bad for Disney and DC. The Flash, surprising. That's a bomb. If it's $70 million and it doesn't hook people, that's really bad. That's a bomb. But let me know what you think. What do you guys think of this? Because this shocked me. I'm not going to lie. It really did shock me. But let me know your thoughts down below. Love to hear it. Cheers, guys. Take care.